a person, a friend who is actually equipped with social emotional learning and a person who doesn't know about social emotional learning, and how do they actually behave in those three situations. And if you look at the friend who actually doesn't is exposed to social emotional learning and art, when there is a failure, when there is a struggles, so the person actually doesn't know to handle their emotions. And I don't have to say the number of suicides that happens in schools levels because of pressure they cannot handle or the emotions they cannot handle. And I think that's where we introduce the social emotional development, the child that we are talking about who is exposed to social emotional learning. So how would that person actually understand its emotions that I am going through failures? I need to actually understand what emotions that I am going through, whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, loneliness, and how do I take care of those emotions and then understand what is happening with me. And I think this is how I feel it is important. It is the need of the hour. It's not only just important. I think it's necessity that every school should actually adopt the curriculum of social emotional learning. I started Thoughts to Action in the year 2019 when I passed out from Bosco Institute. I was working with this community, with a community center, and children were actually coming from low income communities, and we thought that we will teach them art and craft throughout that year in 2019. We did that for 1 year, and we realized dealing with children and introducing art experiences to them. So we saw that children were becoming confident. They were able to talk what they were feeling, and that's where we thought this is a beautiful model that we were creating in the community. And the next year I applied for Youth Involve, and in 2020 I became a fellow of Youth Involve, and from there this whole journey from community-led center to a school-based intervention came up. We basically teach them social emotional learning, and how we introduce to the schools into three ways. One, we call it as a three flagship programs these are. So one is Art a Day program, which are basically 1-2 days intervention that we do, and it's introduction of social emotional learning and art-based education, and that we do through summer camps, that we do through workshops, seminars that we do. The other program that we call is our 1-year intervention with the schools. So the approach is we have facilitators in our team. So the facilitators go to the schools and teach them. We have introduced this Art for Educator program. So Art for Education program is basically we train the educators from the schools. We train our facilitators to train the teachers of the schools so that it becomes a sustainable model. And that's how we have been working. So this is the exercise that we do with the children in the first, if this is a new going school, suppose this is the first they are coming to the school. So we do this because so that they make their hand free. So you use the paper, just draw line like this.
So we are engaged with Thoughts to Actions for 3 months, and today we had the Art for Educator training program, where I have learned a lot about how to approach the children and also how to involve them in the activities that we are going to do. Also now I can say that I'm confident enough that I can go to the field and face the challenges and try to approach people with cool and calmly, with full of confidence.
So first we have to do like this. So once we will show and then we will start. The objective is concentrate and then from unique from simple. From simple it's like unique and to be patient.
Social work student হিচাপে আমাক এই অর্গানাইজেশনে আমাক বহুত ভাল এটা অপৰচুনিটি দিলে স্কুলত কথা পাতি দিছে আমাক দেখাই দিছে আমাক 3 মাহৰ কাৰণে আমাক অ্যাসাইন কৰিছে ষ্টুডেন্ট বিলাকৰ লগত কেনকা ইন্টাৰেক্ট কৰিব লাগিব টিচাৰ লগত কেনকা কথা পাতিব লাগিব কাৰণ এইবিলাক খুব নেসেসারি আছে এই ওয়ার্কশপটো মোৰ ফিউচাৰত মানে বহুত হেল্পফুল হ'ব কাৰণ মই এইটো ওয়ার্কশপ অটেন্ড কৰিহে মই ইমানটো মোৰ কনফিডেন্স লেভেল আহিছে নহলে মই স্কুলত কথা পাতিব নোৱাৰো
If you look at the current scenario, education is more one approach. Like the teacher comes and teaches, and it becomes scary. If I also remember my childhood or my school days, I used to be very careful when there are subjects like mathematics, there are subjects like sciences, because it scares me. I feel that I don't know actually. But when today I am teaching the children, when I am working with the children, the beautiful thing about art is that you don't need a language. Today I can teach the same thing to a Hindi medium children, I can teach the same thing to Assamese medium children. It is the necessity at this point of time when the government has also realized that only reading, writing would not just help, or would not we call it as a holistic development. Art-based education is very important in terms of building their, taking care of their social, emotional development part. And I think art helps into that way of working. I used to do everything before. When I started, I used to take the workshops, I used to mobilize people, I used to do the feedback of things, what I have done. Then I used to contact the parents. And I think the journey has changed a little bit now. So today we are a member of 5 team members. And we have this mentor community that we are talking. So these are volunteers. My future plan is to actually collect stories of climate change. My whole idea, I wanted to work on to build the comic characters or comic book through the children. And I think there were also many stories that I have heard during the sessions that we take in those 2 hours. And I feel that's where there are a lot of stories they have to share to us, to the world in fact. And I want to document those stories, and I want to start with stories of climate change. And I think that would be my journey future, that I want to work on stories of social change through comics, grassroots comics, and the comics will be developed by the children.